thing that you've got to always keep hold of is that you've got to always be open to learning, and failure is not a failure. Failure, you know, if you have a bad gig or a tough gig, or people don't laugh at your jokes or whatever, do you know what I mean? If you struggle, you're learning more from those gigs.
Yeah.
You always listen to your audience and find out what they find funny and where they're laughing, but then don't give them kind of like ultimate control, because I did loads of previews in London that never worked, and they only ever worked as soon as I got up to Edinburgh.
Right.
I did before I got in 2011, before I got nominated. I think one of my last previews was in London. 70 people were in the audience, and 57 of them walked out. A week before I went up to Edinburgh.
57.
I said, before I went in, I said to the guy that ran the gig, I said, how many people are in?
Right.
He says, we've sold 70 tickets, right? At the end, one of the groups was a hen do, right? And they hadn't sold tickets, it was a free gig, and it was like, it's a hen do?
Yeah, that's
so you've bought your hen to a free comedy gig where I'm doing an Edinburgh preview. You're the worst.
That's lazy.
You're lazy, right? I'm sure she's not grateful. None of you are enjoying it. It's your own fucking fault. You haven't paid. You know? So they all left. And then I did a head count at the end, and there was 13 people left. One of them was my girlfriend, and one of them was a director I was thinking about working with, but we never worked with each other in the end.
Is that because they saw 57 people leave?
No. Although, I mean, I'm proud of that story. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a good story.
A week later, I was doing. I had a sold-out show in Edinburgh, and I got nominated for the big comedy award. And you go, well, there's no rhyme or reason to that. I can't beat myself up about it. So you just like go do it. They said, "Oh, it's a crazy adventure." So you've got to take it all with a pinch of salt, I think. So.
Well, I think the first few gigs I did like went like surprisingly well. Like people were laughing at my jokes, and I was like, "Oh, this is all right."
Yeah.
And then and there was always like these two jokes at the start that seemed to work, and then I did one gig and they didn't work, and I was always afraid of people not laughing, as probably everyone is at the start. But instead it was more like, oh, this is interesting.
Sure.
They're not okay, and then you sort of know that you have to either work at it or take a slightly different approach or to get them.
Yeah, I think the majority of people who don't do comedy assume that not getting a laugh is the worst thing that will ever happen to you.
Yeah.
They just think, oh my God, that's so awful. And you go, no.
Yeah.
I used to work in admin. That was the worst thing that ever happened to me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I used to do what you do.
Yeah.
So this is fine. You're not laughing at my joke. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But obviously you do care a lot, but and every single time it hurts.